As we remain standing, may I respectfully invite Right Reverend Innocent Odu, Bishop of Evo Diocese Anglican Communion, to take the opening prayer.
Let us pray. Gracious Father, we thank you today. This is the day you have made, the day you have given to us. We thank you for the privilege of life. We thank you for health. And we thank you for making it possible for us to gather in this event in which your servant, our governor, will give an account of his stewardship to the people of Rivers State. Stewardship begins, O Lord, with an acknowledgement of the source of our gifts. We thank you and acknowledge you as the owner of Rivers State, the owner of Nigeria, the one who has given us leaders in this state in particular over the years, and presently the gift of our governor to us, your servant, Nyesom Wike. We thank you for all the graces he has enjoyed from you, the wisdom, your guidance, your protection, the ideas you have inspired him with, and the immense energy he enjoys from you, traversing the length and breadth of this state, offering service to the people. We give you glory for helping him thus far in these 6 years. Lord, as he renders his report today, grant him grace. Grant him further strength. As he speaks, Lord, may he speak for your honor and glory, for the blessing of the people of Rivers State. As we take time to assess his scorecard, Lord, grant us fairness in our judgment of his performance. May you bless our stay here with your presence. Protect us. Lord, lead us, guide us, and grant that all we do will at the end of our stay bring you glory and honor. Several other persons are to be involved here today in one form of service or the other. We pray that you guide everyone aright, so that all we do will be to the joy of everyone here seated and the rest of the people of the state. And above all, your name will be glorified. Take glory, take honor. We offer you thanks and worship. We make this prayer in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord.
Your Excellency, Nyesom Wike, Commander of the Order of the Niger, Grand Service Star of Rivers State, Power of Sports Africa, Governor of Rivers State, Your Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Banigo, DSSRS, Deputy Governor of Rivers State, the Right Honorable Ikui Owajibani, DSSRS, Speaker, Rivers State House of Assembly, Your Excellency, Sir Dr. Peter Otunaya Odili, Commander of the Order of the Niger, Knight of St. John's International, Knight Commander of St. Gregory the Great, Grand Service Commander, Grand Service Star of Rivers State, former Governor of Rivers State, our father of the day. Chairman of the occasion, Sir Onweze Chukujinka Joe Okocha, MFR, SAN, JP, DSSRS. Your Lordship, Honorable Justice Simeon Chibuzo Amadi, Chief Judge of Rivers State. Your Lordship, Honorable Justice Christiana Gabriel Wankwo, President, Customary Court of Appeal, Rivers State, and their brother judges. Your Excellency, Sir Celestino Mejia, GSSRS, former Governor of Rivers State. Your Excellency, Sir Alabo Gabriel T.G. Toby, DSSRS, former Deputy Governor of Rivers State. Your Excellency, Ambassador Desmond Akawo, Chairman, People's Democratic Party, Rivers State. Distinguished Senators, members of the National and State Assembly here present. Right Honorable Austin Opara, OFR, DSSRS, former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives. The Right Honorable Prince Chibudom Muche, DSSRS, former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives. Dr. Tammy Wenike Danagogo, Secretary to the State Government and Chairman of the Anniversary Committee. Members of the State Executive Council, Your Majesty, King Dr. Danderson Douglas Jaja JP, JK V, Treaty King and Amayarabo of Opobo, Chairman, River State Council of Traditional Rulers, and other majesties and royal highnesses here present, Chief Ferdinand Alababa, Chairman, Elders Council of the People's Democratic Party, and Chairman, Board of Trustees, People's Democratic Party, River State. Elder statesmen here present, special advisors, our Lords Spiritual and Temporal, service commanders here present, permanent secretaries, chairmen and members of boards, commissions and agencies in the state, local government chairmen, captains of industry, youths, women and the good people of River State, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the account of stewardship of His Excellency Nyesom Ezenwo Wike, CON, GSSRS, Power of Sports Africa, Governor of River State. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this point, may I respectfully invite to give the welcome remarks the Chairman of the Anniversary Committee, Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Tammy Wenike Danagogo.
Your Excellency, the indefatigable Governor of River State, Chief Barrister Nyesom Ezenwo Wike, CON, GSSRS, Power of Sports Africa, Life Venture, DKOHA of River State, and the architect of the new Rivers Vision. Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of River State, Dr. Mrs. Ipalibo Haribanigo, DSSRS, the father of the day, and our father always, His Excellency, Sir Dr. Peter Otunaya Odili, the former Governor of River State, the man whose broad-mindedness raised most, if not all of us, the new generation of Rivers politicians. The chairman of today's event, the Honorable OCJ Okocha, SAN, MFR, Life Venture, former President, Nigerian Bar Association, etc. The Right Honorable, the Speaker of Rivers State House of Assembly, the Honorable, the Chief Judge of Rivers State, Your Excellencies, Your Royal Majesties, Your Royal Highnesses, elder statesmen, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I crave your kind indulgence to please rest on the protocols already established. Your Excellency, over the weekend, precisely on Saturday, one of the elder statesmen seated here called me to confirm that the project commissioning exercise has ended. And I told him, yes, sir, the exercise has ended, but that we have scorecard presentation on Monday. And he asked me, what scorecard are you people presenting again? All the projects you have been commissioning since December, is that not the scorecard? What better scorecard can you present? Please tell your Oga that we have seen the scorecard, and if there is anything above excellent, we have already scored him above excellent. Your Excellency, I couldn't respond to that. I only laughed. But honestly, I seem to agree with him. Since December last year, at regular intervals, and particularly from the 27th of May till date, on a daily basis, we have been crisscrossing the length and breadth, every nook and cranny of River State, flagging off and commissioning impactful legacy projects, which truly speak for themselves. The Bible says that by their fruits we shall know them. Your Excellency, by your fruits, by your projects, by your performance, Rivers people have already seen your scorecard. They know who you are, they know what you stand for, and they know what you can do. Not even posterity can erase the indelible golden footprints you have left in this state. What is happening in River State today can best be described as infrastructural revolution. It is a vivid reflection of the new Rivers vision. And with all modesty, I can beat my chest to say that in the annals of the history of River State, no previous government has surpassed this government in infrastructural development. And I must say that I and my colleagues, we feel truly blessed, we feel proud and happy to be part of this transformational government. Patrice Lumumba, the late African nationalist statesman, once said, and I quote, that the tragedy with Africa is that those with ideas are not in power, while those in power have no ideas. That may be true for some climes in Africa, but here in River State, our case is different. We are blessed with a leader who has the ideas and the vision, a leader who has the strength and the strategy, a leader who has the courage and the moral strength to push through such rare and transformational infrastructural revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies. That is why I'm so glad this morning, with a heart full of joy, to welcome you all as we will listen to this architect of this great new Rivers vision. You are all welcome to this event. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is quite inevitable to kick out entertainment from amongst human beings. It is also psychologically proven that entertainment is one of the ways we can relax our nerves. So, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to invite the first performing group. They are known as Feel Harmony Concert Group.
I go to India for learning.
speaking of the developmental project of Mr. Project. Time will not permit me to speak of all the good things he has done in our northern west. The Imbiama Okaki Road is constructed. There are so many things he's doing, but I will stop here because of time so that other people can speak. Please, clap for Mr. Project.
And I dey here, and I start at the waka because of waiting Mr. Project don't do. It's too much. Mr. Project, I hail you specially. If you waka for Rumuji, Iba, the road where they see there no be small, and as they drive, they go jeje, no obstruction. Mr. Project, that dey value for you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, next in line for a wonderful performance is Image.com Global Theatre Group. They are performing a playlate with the title Renewed. And this is written and directed by Dr. Ovunda Ihuwa. Please a round of applause for Image.com Global Theatre Group.
Someone who sees how things can be improved upon and values people together towards the achievement of that better vision. A good leader must be empathetic and connect with people in order to achieve success. Selfless leadership. Selfless leadership is ethically leading people towards the achievement of a greater good for the benefit of all before oneself. Such is the character of Dr. New.
Hospitals. I like this one. I like this one. I like this one. Security. The road to success is usually not the smooth one. However, Dr. New, fired up by the passion and will to make a positive impact on the people, throws his hat in the ring. Behold, a new vision is born. Of those who opposed him. Little wonder the title, Mr. Project, came from the top floor of the other camp. The land enjoyed peace, and the people rejoiced.
fine, oh.
Customer, you don't come.
Yes, so I get it now.
How you dey enjoy now?
We dey enjoy the new government. Things don't change for River State.
I still say you don't support Dr. New. No be you something that is happening.
My dear, leave matter. I still no support until today. But my eye dey see the project the way they do.
Oh.
It's good to talk to.
I like this man. Where person be truth? Make him keep politics aside. So be truth.
Yes, so whether my brothers on the other side like am or not, this man don't deliver excess luggage for River State. See plenty roads now. Imagine Opobo road. Their brother be sit down on top money, but he no remember them. Instead, na social book they write. See houses, see schools, see hospitals. I've been at Nigeria Academy. Cassava processing plant. I don't want to stop the one way you do for university though. I don't want to go there. Now see how you dey bless, they help the life of musicians and theater artists with better money to take build their career. How many I want to?
Now wow! Now wow! Hey! So you will not even support this man at all. It don't cost a bit everything when they do pass when they follow bumper to bumper. Hey! So now I can see this thing.
We don't get eye.
Hey!
We don't get ear. We dey see and hear finish. Now only bad belle dey make us dey pretend like say we no dey see them.
Chai! I like this man. Come join us now.
Now people like you, or that they like to work with.
I for like go, but na shame. I don't talk plenty bad things about you.
Chai!
I talk many things, very many bad things, just to spoil the people mind against the people choice. But as man they think not be so God they think leader will be leader, don't they show the people road. Oh yeah!
Let me tell you, I've been hearing all those things you've been saying about me, but I have just been laughing because one with all this, look at it. See how hunger has kept you looking like an orphan. A old man like you, they've been telling you stories of how they want to win me. Can you win without the news of all? No! Can you win where you're not popular? No! Well, let's back on the Bible. I welcome you back.
Thank you, sir.
River State is for all of us, and there's enough to go around. I thank Thank God you have realized yourself that there is no road here. If you didn't agree there.
Ikwere de clapper, Obrika de danso, Ogoni people call a mene kwalo eluwaro. Eche people say, Datura inanya, Orashi rijo hela wige yubi baba o.
For image.com Global Theatre. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I now respectfully invite for the opening remark the chairman of the occasion, Sir OCJ Okocha, MFR, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, JP, DSSRS.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, Commander of the Order of the Niger, Grand Service Star of Rivers State, Power of Sports in Africa, Diko Hawan of Ikwereland. And from what my learned friend Dr. Tammy Danagogo has just said today, Diko Hawan of Rivers State. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Dr. Mrs. Ipalibo Harry Banigo, Grand Service Star of Rivers State. Your Excellency, our former Governor, one of the fathers of Rivers State, Sir Dr. Peter Odili, Commander of the Order of the Niger. Your Excellency, former Governor Eze Celestine Omehia, let me now crave your indulgence to just cut it a bit short and say, my lords, Your Excellencies, Your Royal Highnesses, and Your Royal Majesties, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to be invited to chairman this occasion. The account of stewardship of our governor, our much-loved governor, Nyesom Wike. And to hear our governor present his scorecard. This is very fitting. It happens worldwide. Every once in a while, the head of a government, indeed the head of any institution, is expected to come and tell the people, the members of that institution, how far. As we like to say in pidgin English here, when you see your paddy man, oh boy, how far now? It is important. Dr. Tammy has just said, someone called him a few days ago to say, why are you people still trying to preach to those who are already converted? It is very important. And I hold so, with all due respect to those who think this ceremony is not necessary. Why do I say so?
there are many doubting Thomases amongst us. Some have seen, some have heard, and yet they still do not believe. And I do hope that they are here present so that they can see for themselves. And if they are still in doubt, they can ask. Because I see a column in the program for today's event of comments and reactions from the public. It is interesting, and as I look outwards, the hall is jam-packed, filled to capacity, because the people of Rivers State want to know what the governor has done. Some have seen, some have heard, but they still hear those naysayers, those doubting Thomases, those who even after they have been converted still do not want to believe that things that are happening in Rivers State have been happening very well and to the benefit of all of us. And you know, we have a governor who believes in accountability, in honesty. It is no surprise, as many of you know, he is a member of the only honorable and learned profession, legal profession in Nigeria. And indeed, a member of the highest body of excellence in the profession, the honorable body of benchers. Only 100 can be life benchers. And I told you the other day, he is one of that 100. And I think he deserves a round of applause. So this ceremony, I think it is salutary. Because every once in a while, you need to convince yourself too that you have delivered on the mandate given to you by your people. And I would like to say that, to our knowledge, the governor delivers these reports with honesty. I was just telling Sir Dr. Peter Dili, our former governor, that when we went to Pobo, I think it was on the 3rd of this month, to commission the road, the governor took pains to explain that this project was conceived by the government headed by Sir Dr. Peter Otunaya Odili. He also said the governor that succeeded Sir Dr. Peter Odili did a few things to redesign the project while he came and now saw to the completion of the project, the road upon which we drove from Port Harcourt to Opobo town, with hard shoulder on either side. Beautiful road, solid road. I was just again this morning congratulating His Majesty the Amenable for Opobo for that landmark, development project. As I was whispering to Dr. Odili, he said yes. He designed the project. He even paid some money for the project. But here is somebody who has seen fit not to condemn the project, but to complete the project. Here is somebody who has not listened to those who say, yes, so that one, we took it to 95%. That one, we started it. Does it matter? Government is a continuum, as we like to say. And if any governor comes and completes projects that benefit the people, it is only fitting that we must commend him and congratulate him for a job well done. Your Excellency, congratulations. I want to say it's an honor and privilege for me to be here, and indeed for all of us to be here. The scorecard will soon be reeled out. I like to say that do not look at the inception dates of the projects listed. I think it was 31st of May or something. I know as a fact that from the 29th day of May 2015, many more projects have been flagged up completed and commissioned, including many in the judicial sector, which is my own constituency. You will be told that a lot of things happened. Not only for our courts here, my lords are here to confirm, but also for courts that are federal courts. Even the one that was listed on the items on the stewardship scorecard was for the federal courts called the National Industrial Court. So this governor has done tremendously very, very well. And we must commend him and pray that he continues with these strides. As I said the other day, he's not minding. Election is coming. While we are politicking behind the scenes, let us also deliver good governance to the peoples of River State and to all the peoples who reside within River State. Your Excellency, today is not for me to make a long speech. Of course, the more the money I'm paid, the longer the speech I make. On this occasion, I've come with a glad heart, a happy mind, to say congratulations, Your Excellency. We know that you will do more. May God bless you, may God strengthen you, and all the members of your government. And may God bless us all, citizens and peoples of River State. Thank you, and welcome again to this ceremony.
Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we get closer to the nucleus of this event, permit me to invite the River State University Theater Group. They have a poetic drama presentation titled Liberation, and it is produced by Dr. Iloma Richard.
witness to poetic dramatization of the journey of the New Rivers vision, which started at the Liberation Stadium on the 29th of May 2015, when His Excellency, Barrister Ezenwa Yeson Wike,
GSSRS, CON, POS Africa, wrestled and defeated evil in River State. And that is why we have titled this presentation, Liberation! This celebration has been boldly manifested in the body language and lips of every Rivers men and women.
And that is why we are.
protect the lives and properties of Rivers men and women, connived against the innocent.
But when ultimate power belongs to God, when God says yes, no man can say no. Today, God has said yes to Governor Nyesom Wike. Now everyone is happy. People State is happy.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, without a doubt, that was a wonderful one by the River State University Theater Group, a poetic drama presentation titled Liberation. One more time, a round of applause for the RSU Theater Group. Please, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite the last. Please give it up for the River State Council for Arts and Culture.
You're all welcome. I want to thank you specially for honoring this invitation. And I'm sure you all have done your research on the various projects carried out in the state by our amiable governor, Chief Barrister Ezenwonyeso Wike. Calm down. Calm down. I know you all are excited. Just relax. Don't be in a haste. You will do your submissions one after the other. And I believe you all are here with your scorecards. I believe you are here with your scorecards.
I'm very sorry for me. Who are you?
I'm sorry. Meet Mr. Kainde. He is the assessment agent for this program. Mr. Kainde, you're welcome.
Thank you. In fact, I never knew that Port Harcourt has become part of his global city status. In fact, as I was coming, I passed through Ogoronodu flyover and Orogun flyover. In fact, let me appreciate the federal government for the good old days.
Don't insult us here. It is Mr. Project.
That's one of the reasons we are here.
Okay. What about other flyovers that are under construction? Such as Rumola flyover, Rebisi flyover, Rumo Prico flyover, and Oro Prico flyover. I strongly believe that our is the federal government that did it.
Project.
What is your problem? Are you not listening to what I'm telling you? That's what our federal government project. They are Mr. Project. Now come, let me tell you. It is not only flyovers that our governor has been doing. In all sectors, our governor has done well. Now let me tell you in education. Are you, where is your Bible? So that you write it down. Don't tell me you forget anything. Our governor has renovated all secondary schools across the state that were dilapidated. Yes. Write it down. Write it down. He has also launched a scholarship scheme for Rivers indigenes. Rivers indigenes to study medicine at Palmer University of Medicine. Write it down. Write it down. Now, our governor has approved 16.6 billion. Write it down. 16.6 billion for the renovation of all the facilities at Rivers State University. He has also accredited, they have also accredited more faculties and faculty building. State-of-the-art Senate building, all in the Rivers State University. He has also approved expansion of other campuses. Now we have satellite campus in Nahuda. We have one in Emowa. We also have one in Eche local government. Write it down. Write it down. You mean there is no federal government assistance? No federal government. It is the project of Chief Barrister Ezenwonyeso. Mr. Write it down.
Let me tell you. Look at me very well. My son, he can play football very well and very intelligent. He is schooling at Real Madrid Academy. Well furnished, well equipped with state-of-art facility. Mr. Project.
My brother, let me also inform you. You see these various various constructions all over the state. They have provided jobs for our teeming youths, yes, who have been involved directly or indirectly. Because our state deserves the best. Our governor employed the services of the best construction company, Julius Berger, Nigerian PLC. Oh yes, that is true. My elder brother now works with Julius Berger Construction Company. Are you hearing that? Oh yes. And let me tell you, he paid 70% upfront in each of the projects to enable them complete the project on time.
He has constructed and commissioned and donated an ultra-modern court unit to the Port Division of the Federal High Court.
He donated it to federal government to write it down.
He has also constructed the Port Division of National Anthem and donated to the federal
Government. Write it down.
He has also built and donated a well-furnished apartment for retired judges. Look, in fact, they are numerous.
Hey, women are here. Women are here. My own is just simple. You see our governor, in the gender friendly. Now you come open the eye. Who say anywhere where man dey, woman go dey. Then the work go come and go sururu wherever. That's why you open your eyes. Look all the 23 local governments, all the vice chairman of them. Now women. You know NGO. Now our governor has enter office. Now they say come on and let it program. Come on. He say no. I love my people and I want to make peace today. It continue. We dey talk that one. You go look the women they do so for when you go market. But go to jam your leg. Now you come build fruit garden market. You come build my one market. I think about Greek road. If I make the road free, so that when we go market after women will make dengue, pose, dengue, go enter the market. So that not going to touch our legs. This is our governor. In 3 months, in fact, in 10 months. Sir, women are there. Yes, sir. Yes, yes. You know, NCL. This is my governor. In carry security matter, put on for his shoulder. All those hot areas there for this city. When they hot, like don't they cool? See, parents when they worry for river. Kidnappers when they worry for land. Oh, don't stop. When I'm not saying governor bring this security outfit. C for one.
Sister, no be C for one. C for I.
Oh, make C for I security outfit to join body with the state security. Now we dey sleep with our 2 eyes closed. We dey waka freely. See, I dey even leave my door open for night.
Mr. Kainde, all these things when they talk, did you write it? Come forward, come forward. Let me also tell you, in agriculture, our governor has done well. He has also commissioned a cassava processing factory. Let me tell you, that factory is capable of employing thousands of our youths. Now let me take you to health. Talking about health, our governor was the first governor in Nigeria to take a swift response as soon as COVID-19 came into this country. He was the first person to lock all the holes where coronavirus was going to enter. He locked all. Secondly, our governor has renovated all the health centers across the state. Write it, Masape, write it down. All right. He has also renovated, republished, renamed the old private memorial hospital, which you usually call PMH. It is now called River State University Teaching Hospital, with state-of-the-art facilities and doctor's quarters well furnished. Are you hearing me? Now let me take you to road. When it comes to road, our governor is excellent. Let me, Masafi, write it down. Beautiful. Our governor has just commissioned, he has finished constructing and commissioned the Opopo Koro Unity Road. As we speak, the people of Opopo can now drive here to the village. Now let me tell you, he has also constructed and commissioned the Sakbewa Road. Alright, let me also tell you, the NSC College to Kulenjoko Road, Express, the Mogu Link Road, Ford March, Iwafe Road, direct. And he has also commissioned other internal roads like Mammoth Unity Road, Trans-Calabari, and other internal and link roads across the 23 local government. Masafi, write it down. Write it down. Mr. Kaide, you have write this. Please write this one down. Because this one I want to tell you now is my office and it concerns me. Are you aware that this is a project and building of River Cultural Center? Yes. And then this after the mission in his name. And it's now called REC, Chief Lottery Cultural Center. Writing that down, most importantly, that very state of the art. He also, to help that sector move very forward, he gave us one of the best commissioners handling that ministry. And as we speak now, the cultural sector is moving. And that is why every day we will tell our governor, Mr. Project, thank you. Tell you what? Thank you. If there is anything I don't tell you, in fact, I also appreciate everybody. In fact, let me appreciate my daughter. You want to borrow our governor? We will get the governor. We don't benefit. Rivers people, we don't benefit. We don't go borrow you.
We never benefit. If we don't benefit, we go push us to the next level.
You know there? Anytime when we benefit with our governor, we're not going to tell one, go up there, go represent the government. Not so. Anytime when we see our governor, now only one song like to enter our mind. And I know the song. You're gonna pay them. You're gonna pay them. You're gonna pay them. You're gonna pay them. Now we you don't pay for. We don't be somebody else. Let them they know we know.
can we put our hands together for them? The wise man once said, democracy must be built through open societies that share information. When there's information, there is enlightenment. When there is debate, there is solution. When there is no sharing of power, no rule of law, no accountability, there is abuse, corruption, subjugation, and indignation. The government of River State, led by His Excellency Nyesom Ezenwa Wike, CON, GSSRS, is one hinged on accountability, fairness, integrity, and transparency. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I therefore invite for the introduction of scorecard and a brief documentary, the Chairperson Subcommittee on Presentation of Scorecard, the Honorable Commissioner for Social Welfare and Rehabilitation, Mrs. Inime Chiwenwo Aguma.
His Excellency Nyesom Ezenwa Wike, CON, GSSROS, POS Africa, DKO Hawon of River State, Governor of River State. Your Excellency, with your very kind permission, may I rest on the already established protocols. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and singular privilege to introduce the scorecard and documentary of the second anniversary of the second tenure of this administration, led by His Excellency Nyesom Ezenwa Wike. Your Excellency, you have held the office of Governor of River State for 6 years, and I proudly quote your vision and mission for River State from your campaign booklet published in 2014. Your vision for Rivers people is to build a state that is truly united, secure, and prosperous, with boundless opportunities for everyone who lives in it to peacefully pursue their goals and realize their full potentials in dignity and happiness. And your mission is to actualize the aspirations of the people of River State for a balanced development and an enhanced quality of life for the present and future generations through responsive governance guided by the fear of God. It is profound to note that a cursory look at your campaign promises show that you have run a government responsive to her promises to the people. Despite the recession all over the world, governance and projects in River State are carried out with precision. Funds are released promptly. Projects are delivered in accordance with agreed timelines, and there is proper monitoring and supervision to prevent abandonment. Impossibilities have been made possible. Roads and bridges now lead to islands. The dividends of democracy of this administration in the period under review encompasses road infrastructure, healthcare, justice delivery, security, urban renewal development, agriculture, sports, social welfare, recreation, provision of social amenities, and education at all levels. These projects cut across urban and rural areas. His Excellency's unwavering desire to serve his people, despite a busy first tenure, characterized by the Sambalats and Tobiases of our time, has necessitated the presentation of this account of stewardship for people to appreciate and celebrate the work of this administration, especially after a successful, incident-free and glorious 37 days of activism from May 27th to July 10th. In commissioning and flag-offs of projects, His Excellency has redefined public stewardship and changed the landscape of River State. We will soon be shown a 17-minute documentary showcasing some of the achievements of this administration, and thereafter the presentation of the account of stewardship by His Excellency, where documentary evidence of the developmental achievements of this administration will be tendered to you all. A peek into the documentary features the pronouncements of a former governor of the state,
authoritatively placing financial and developmental limits on His Excellency Nyesom Wike, and in extension, the good people of Rivers State, as if he is God. The outcome of the threats reminds me of the biblical account of King Balak of Moab, Balaam, the non-Israelite prophet, diviner, and the king's target, the people of Israel. King Balak, threatened by the presence of the Israelites, procured the help of Balaam to curse the Israelites. Balaam took the job, but when he inquired of the Lord did not grant permission to pronounce a curse on the people of Israel. Balaam had to tell King Balak, "Behold, I have received a command to bless, and I cannot reverse it." See Numbers 22 and 23, chapter 22 and 23. The events of the past 6 years is full proof that the former governor did not seek the Lord's face before he made his pronouncements. I stand in the same hall where he made those pronouncements to say, "Verily, verily, I say unto us," on May 29, 2015, the Lord issued a command that Rivers State, her government and people are blessed, and no man can reverse it. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy the documentary. Thank you for listening.
Of May 2015, somebody had his birthday. Of course, was the former governor. He told them at the Obiwara Cultural Center that there's no way we'll get money to pay salary, not talk about doing projects. But see how God works. We are not only paying salaries, we are also doing projects. For me, Rivers State deserves the best. I've told the Deputy Governor and our team, yes, this is our second tenure, but we are going to work as if it is our first
You will look for hope for salary that is not. But when you raise salary, we will see that any of them can do what we did in this state. When they can build schools, roads, even get a road.
27th of May 2015.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that was a microcosm of all our Excellency has been doing from the first to this second tenure. Please, one more time, put your hands together for Mr. Quality Projects.
Now for the presentation of the scorecard, may we respectfully invite the Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Yeso Ezewon Wike, Commander of the Order of the Niger, Grand Service Star of Rivers State, Power of Sports, Africa.
Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Abia State, Your Excellency, the father of today's occasion, the former Governor, our dear leader, Sir Dr. Peter Otunaya Odili, Commander of the Order of the Niger, Grand Service Star of Rivers State. Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker of the State Assembly, my Lord, the Chief Judge of Rivers State, and the President of the Customary Court of Appeal and your brother judges, the Chairman of today's occasion, Sir OCJ Okocha, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Member of the Federal Republic, the Single Service Star of Rivers State, and Justice of Peace. Sorry, Your Excellency, the former governors has Celeste Ngozi Chimumeha and the former deputy governors that are here, the single senators, the single former deputy speakers of the House of Representatives, members of National Assembly, Chairman Rivers State Traditional Rulers Council and members of your council, members of the State Executive Council, Chairman of local government councils, Chairman of our great party, our leaders in the state, particularly the Chairman of the PDP Elders Council, Chief Fede Alabrava, our dear women, youths, chairman of parties in the various local government, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, our government was first inaugurated on the 29th of May, 2015, with a 4-year mandate. When it ended, we sought for and got a renewal in 2019 to continue in office for a second and final term. The 29th of May, 2021, therefore, marked 2 historic milestones in our government. First, it marked the 2nd anniversary of our second term in office, and secondly, it also meant that we have been in office for 6 consecutive years. First of all, I wish to thank God Almighty for the grace to lead our state for the last 6 years and the strength, wisdom, and enablement to deliver our vision of progress and transformation to the good people of Rivers State in the midst of very daunting challenges. For us, our duty is to govern and govern well, but it is for the people to judge whether we have done well or not taken all the circumstances into consideration. That is why we have gathered our people to yet again present to you our account of stewardship for the last 6 years. Let me therefore welcome and thank you all for honoring our invitation to this important accountability event as I proceed with my presentation. Precisely 6 weeks ago, we started the celebration of the second anniversary of our second term in office with the flagging off and commissioning of new and completed projects. For 40 days, we traversed the length and breadth of the state to either commission or flag off various development projects cutting across different socio-economic sectors, including roads, bridges, education, healthcare, housing, sports, social welfare, and rural development. The entire nation was witness to this phenomenal harvest of projects in River State as the sounds and sights of the happy and grateful beneficiary institutions, communities, and people were beamed on live telecasts. You may wish to recall that this is rather the third phase of the series of project commissioning events that our government has carried out since late December 2020. Before you, or shortly to be distributed to you, is a compendium of 536 pages, which captures the fundamental achievements of our administration in the last 6 years in road infrastructure, rural development, economic progress, education, healthcare, housing, administration of justice, security, agriculture, social welfare, sports, as well as culture and tourism. Going through this compendium, you will see with facts and evidence the claims and assertions on what we have delivered in practical terms to advance the progress of our state and well-being of our people in the last 6 years. From the very beginning, we stated that the mission of our administration was to mobilize and deploy all available resources to build a state that works for everyone, a state that every Rivers person and resident can all be proud of and be happy to live and raise their children. We reaffirmed this commitment during our second inauguration and further pledged to continue to build on the foundations already laid to make our state a land of peace, justice, and development. We promise to continue to grow our economy, expand our revenue base, and create viable economic opportunities for everyone to explore for the benefit of everyone and to exclusion of no one. We promise to continue to deliver on an equitable development agenda that guarantees the spread of public goods and services, including quality socio-economic infrastructure such as roads, bridges, etc. We also promise to continue to advance the progress of our rural communities with modern internal roads and other social amenities to spur their economic viability and stem the rural-urban drift. We also promise to deliver some specific important routes and projects, including the long-awaited Trans-Calabari Road and the Ogoni-Andoni-Opopo Unity Road. We further promise to continue to transform and elevate the infrastructural status of our capital city, Port Harcourt, and adjoining territories with our urban renewal program and make Rivers State one of the preferred business and leisure destinations in Africa. We also promise to continue with our responsibility to build a federal judicial system, support the security agencies to protect lives and property, and make Rivers State more safe, confident, and welcoming for residents, investors, and tourists. It is 6 years into our journey for renewal, transformation, and consolidation, a journey to build a new Rivers State with a better life and future for the present generation unborn. And we are very proud with what we have so far accomplished. Recall that we came into office at a time the national economy was and is still in turmoil, with much reduced revenues accruing to the state government. You also know that we inherited a state with visibly decrepit infrastructure, litany of abandoned projects, coupled with a hopeless economic and security situation as businesses were closing shops in their numbers. Everyone knew that Rivers State, prior to our administration in 2015, was accelerated and urgent need for the restorative oxygen of rehabilitation, reconstruction, and renewal. But with determination, commitment to purpose, and prudent management of available resources, we have drastically changed the development trajectory of the state for the better, with many more progress to be delivered before we exit the stage for the next government. Most of you, if not all, will agree with us that fulfilling promises and delivering quality projects is the mind, body, and soul of our administration. From the economy to the provision of roads, security, and administration of justice to the provision of education, healthcare, etc., the constant and consistent and recurrent narratives of the last 6 years under our watch have been unprecedented delivery of projects, transformation, and progress. Our economy has not just recovered from regression, it has grown and far more robust, stronger, and generating greater revenues for government now than when we came in 6 years ago. Although the long-failing national economy continues to drag on our own growth prospects and projections, the fiscal policies and measures we have put in place have and will continue to sustain and increase our economy to create more opportunities for business, jobs, and empowerment. The Rivers Cassava Processing Company alone is a game changer in the long-subdued potential of making Rivers State the foremost hub in cassava production in Nigeria. We will leverage on this facility as well as the cassava value chain to create wealth, income, and jobs for our teeming youths who are willing to take to the business of agriculture. Our performance in the provision of quality infrastructure, especially roads, has generally been described as phenomenal, with the echoes being felt, heard, and commended everywhere across the nation. With over 1,000 kilometers of trunk A roads already delivered, no government has increased and improved the state road networks and connected as many communities to the state capital and other parts of the state with good quality roads as we have done in the last 6 years. We will be happy to be contradicted, if any, but it's rather humbling to say that not even the federal government has embarked on the simultaneous construction of 10 flyovers with 3 already commissioned and the others at various stages of completion to improve connectivity and traffic flow within a record time of 2 years, as our administration has done. Today, we have efficiently reconstructed and regenerated the entire road networks at the old government reservation area, Amadi Flats, and substantial parts of the new government reservation area in Port Harcourt, namely GRA Phase 1, GRA Phase 2, and other local government areas to further improve connectivity, restore environmental sanity, and enhance the socio-economic conditions of the population that live and do business in these areas. It is historic that the ancient coastal community of Opopo have been connected to the rest of the state and the country by a tarred road, and we are as excited as the good people of Opopo for being the government that ensured this glorious reality in the infrastructure and socio-economic lives of this important and famous community after 1.5 centuries of existence, 61 years after Nigeria's independence, and 54 years after the creation of Rivers State. Again, with us, the construction of Phase 1 of the Trans-Calabari Road is underway, while the remaining portions of the Ogoni and Andoni will soon be completed to connect the coastal communities of Ngo, Ikuru, and other towns along that way after decades of impossibility by previous governments. As at the last count, we have turned and transformed not less than 18 major single-lane roads, including Igruta, Chokocho Road, Sapinwa, Bori Road, Town David West Boulevard, Ruma Koshi, Eneka, Igruta Road, Ruma Prikam, Ruma Rumani Road, Rebisi, Transamadi, Ogriba Road, Justice Ichendu, formerly called Elelewa Road, Igulaland, Ilabuchu Road, Birabi Road, Emeya Road, Tombia Road, Forces Avenue, Olumene Road, Abacha Road, and Harley Street to dual carriageways with street lights, pedestrian walkways, and covered nets, while the dualization of Ahuda, Amoko, and Ebema, Amoko roads are still on the way. Even now, a lot of roads connecting and interconnecting several more communities across the state, including Phase 1 of the Huda Omok dual carriageway, the Bori Kono dual carriageway, the Eastern bypass Obunabazi dual carriageway, the Azimbu popular called Momibi dual carriageway, the Tombi extension dualization, the Woji Aletu Elesa road, and the Wakama Ogubolo road are underway. These roads and many more will be delivered to further expand the state's existing road networks in the next 1 year. Similarly, we have continued to step up investments in the provision of internal roads, jetties, land reclamation, water and shore protection as part of our new developmental deal for the rural areas across River State. Elela Limini, Isopo, Rumuche, Okochiri, Amariama, Omok, Ojoku, Bolo, and some others now have a new list of social and economic life with internal roads were provided, while those for Obakere, Omarelu, Okochiri Phase 2, Omagwa, and Iguta are also already underway. The reconstructed Boni, Bile, Nembe, Waterside, and Okrika, Isaka, and Bush jetties are some of our interventions in the transport sector, serving the socio-economic and commuting interests of our people in the riverine communities. Furthermore, we have reclaimed vast swaths of sand-filled land for some of the coastal communities, including Abalama, Kola, Okrika, and Abonima, Obonoma. Last week, Saturday, we further committed the government to sand-fill 25 hectares of land for Ogu community. Also, construction has resumed on the shore protection works at Azazaga, Isukwa, Owiku, Obiofu, and Utu communities in Oba, Ebema, Ndone local government area to prevent the continuous erosion of their shorelines. The justice sector is another important area that has received special and consistent attention from our government. In the last 6 years, we have built, furnished, and equipped both state and federal courts, provided lifelong accommodation for all state judges, and enhanced their movements and comfort with new official vehicles, as well as built official residences for judges of 4 federal courts in the state. The new Federal High Court, the new National Industrial Court, the new Court of Appeal Complex, and the new judges' quarters for the state and federal courts all testify to what we have structurally achieved for both the state and federal judiciaries in the state, in River State. We have also automated the case management system, ensured employment of more judges and magistrates, and sustained the administrative and financial autonomy of the state judiciary. Contrary to the chaos we inherited, there is no doubt that the justice system in River State has been restored, and what we have now is a system that meets international standards, a judiciary that is working well in advancing the administration of justice and contributing to the socio-economic progress of our state. In fact, as regards to the legislature, as we can see, as we watch, that the new speaker's official residence, and by the grace of God, before the end of the year, we would have commissioned the legislative quarters, that's 4-bedroom duplex of 32 in number. That will be commissioned before the end of the year. Our development agenda also prioritizes the provision and access to quality education and healthcare. This is why funding for education and healthcare delivery have always been next in quantum only to road infrastructure in our annual budget since 2015. With the increased funding, we have provided over 1,200 classrooms and nearly 14,000 desks to over 200 primary and junior secondary schools. We have also reconstructed, furnished, and equipped several secondary schools with modern classrooms, laboratories, libraries, sports facilities, staff quarters, and paved interconnecting road networks. We have continued to implement our free primary and secondary education policy with the payment of Wike, NECO, and JAMB examination fees in public secondary schools, as well as stopped the collection of illegal levies by school administrators. As a result of the concrete and targeted interventions, the education system is becoming more and more effective and qualitative in the state with enrollment and transition rates of over 98%, while over 80% have consistently recorded first credits and above pass rates, including mathematics and English in Wike since 2015. At the tertiary level, we have elevated the structural quality of our tertiary institutions with new faculties, administrative and other buildings, starting the governance system and enhanced staff welfare with the new salary structure. Apart from the College of Medical Sciences, we have also implemented a multi-campus structure for the Rivers State University with the establishment of new campuses at Emowa, Ahuda, and the Che local government areas, thereby increasing the carrying capacity of the university and providing more access to quality tertiary education for our children. Equally worthy of note is our approval we have received and our commitment to deliver the Port Harcourt campus of Nigerian Law School in the next 6 months to advance legal education in the state. I wish to reassure you that the Port Harcourt campus will be the best law school campus in Nigeria. In the health sector, we are also very pleased with the progress we have made so far. In the last 6 years, we have built some new primary health care centers for underserved communities, renovated some existing primary health centers and general hospitals, commissioned the 132-bed mother and child hospital, built the senior doctors' quarters, and rebuilt and upgraded the government house clinic, while the junior doctors' quarters is also under construction. The 5 zonal referral hospitals at Degema, Bori, Okehi, Ahuda, and Omok will soon be completed and commissioned for use, while work has started on the total renovation of the Professor Kelson Harrison Specialist Hospital, as well as the Dental Maxillofacial Center in Port Harcourt. In Rivers State University College of Medical Sciences, the Rivers State University College of Medical Sciences, the Rivers State Teaching Hospital, and the scholarship scheme at the Palmo University for Medical Sciences are veritable vehicles for accelerating the training and production of medical doctors and other health professionals for Rivers State and the country, and we are happy with the progress already achieved by these institutions in fulfilling this mission. Julius Berger Nigeria Limited is working assiduously on the 5-star Dr. Peter Odile Cancer and Cardiovascular Diseases Diagnostic and Treatment Center, which we have initiated by the grace of God, will be commissioned in May 2022. When this hospital is completed, it will attract medical tourists into Rivers State from within and outside the country for specialized diagnostic treatment and therapeutic services it will provide. We have also signed the Contributory Health Insurance Law to provide universal health coverage and make healthcare services accessible and affordable in the state for residents that subscribe to the scheme. Sports development continues to be an important factor in our agenda for the empowerment and progress of our youth. In the last 6 years, we have invested substantial funds to improve the existing sports infrastructure, sustain our professional clubs in the national leagues, ensure that our athletes remain highly competitive in national sports meets, and enable our youth to develop their sporting talents with various competitions. In addition, the Real Madrid Football Academy, which is the first of its kind in Africa, built to the highest standards of quality and infrastructure, is targeted at advancing the academic and footballing careers and talents of the youth of Rivers State in particular, and Nigeria in general. We are happy to state that the first set of over 100 students have been admitted through a rigorous competitive process, and both academic studies and active football training will soon commence to fulfill the glorious purpose for which it has been set up. In culture and tourism development, we built the Rex Jim Blossom Cultural Center, the Port Harcourt Pleasure Park, beautified a number of places, including the old government house buildings and landscapes, as well as hosted a number of major cultural events, including the 20th National Cultural Festival in Port Harcourt, where Rivers State took the first position. These and other measures, including the new road networks and flyovers, security, and the congenial business environment, are spurring the state's tourism and recreational subsector with increasing development of new hotels and guest houses, restaurants and fun spots, which are in turn creating associated jobs and business opportunities, as well as impacting positively on our internally generated revenue. Lately, we have also focused our attention on the plight of vulnerable people, including children and the mentally challenged whose rights to decent conditions of living have been abused and neglected for so long. Today, we are happy that we have changed that ugly narrative and restored their dignity with a comfortable safe home and rehabilitation facility that were provided to cater to the health, social, and economic well-being of all categories of inmates, including victims of gender violence and substance abuse. Above all, the security and stability of Rivers State will continue to be the primary concern of our government, because without which investors will stay away. And life will be difficult for every resident. In the last 6 years, we have consistently invested and supported the nation's security agencies with the hard and soft logistics that they need, including patrol vehicles, communication gadgets, bulletproof vests, armor tanks, and patrol boats to enhance the operational capability and effectiveness. In April this year, we launched the C4I Special Security Outfit, consisting of 400 police officers and 200 officers of Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps to enhance the fight against criminality and maintain law and order in the state. This security outfit is in addition to the already existing Operation Stink, Special Joint Police and Military Security Outfit, and the newly launched River State Neighborhood Security Corps, both of which have been complementing the regular police and other security agencies in busting crimes in the state with relative success. We will soon pass and introduce the law banning open grazing throughout the state to further strengthen our criminal laws, to advance the safety and security of our people from the murderous and destructive activities of herdsmen, in line with the recent resolution of the Southern governors. By and large, we have worked hard and will continue to support the security agencies to fight crimes and keep lives and property safe and secure in our state. While there are still issues, no doubt, the fact is that our crime rate relative to other states is low, and Rivers State is more stable, secure, and safer than it was 6 years ago. At this point, let me use the liberty of this event to again voice our concerns and draw the attention of Nigerians to the state of the nation, especially the deteriorating economy, the worsening insecurity, the lack of purposeful national leadership, and the strangulating hardship being faced by ordinary citizens as a direct result of the visible failure and mismanagement of our democracy and diversity by the APC-led federal government. For goodness sake, the nomination and desperation of President Buhari and the All Progressive Congress APC-controlled National Assembly to force an invalid Ms. Loretta Onoche on Nigerians as INEC National Commissioner is a bad omen for our democracy. By any standards, the most fundamental consideration against the appointment of an electoral umpire in a democracy is the likelihood of bias, which in this case is heavily weighted against Ms. Onoche as a notorious and repulsively partisan diehard in the rule of APC. Despite the flood of protests against our nomination and the general lack of trust in our capacity to remain impartial, it seems the APC-led Senate is determined to confirm her appointment as part of their grand design to rig the 2023 general election well ahead of time, knowing Nigerians would overwhelmingly reject them in a free, fair, and transparent contest managed by a strong and independent election management committee. As a governor and concerned Nigerian who love this country so much and wants our democracy to survive, I wish to appeal to Mr. President to, for the sake of his legacy, withdraw Ms. Onoche's nomination to avoid creating more credibility problems for his INEC and restore confidence in our electoral system. where Mr. President lacks the courage to so do, then the National Assembly, which has the responsibility to defend our democracy, must endeavor to wake up on the right side of history by rejecting her nomination. A related issue is the proposed amendments to the Electoral Act, reported slated to be laid before the National Assembly on Tuesday, July 13, 2021. We commend the House of Representatives for affirming and reassuring Nigerians on its positive provisions in the proposed bill on electronic voting and simultaneous transmission of unit results by electronic means. Everyone who means well for our democracy believes electronic voting and simultaneous transmission of results has the potential to prevent the large-scale rigging of elections that have become regular in our electoral system. President Buhari readily attributes his victory in both the 2015 and 2019 polls to the introduction of the novel card reader device by President Goodluck Jonathan's administration. Yet, he has been overtly reluctant on the need to midwife the birth of a new, transparent, efficient, and trustworthy electoral system for the country. Let me therefore warn that we do not need a soothsayer to tell us that to allow the old ways of doing things and much vilified status quo to continue to prevail in the electoral system as recommended by the Senate version of the bill will be a complete disservice to the nation and a recipe for disaster for our country. Again, I hope Mr. President still cares about his legacy and will therefore prevail on the APC-controlled National Assembly to give the nation an electoral act with positive provisions on electronic voting and simultaneous transmission of results from the unit level to prevent rigging and guarantee trust, credibility, and confidence in our elections. Furthermore, the heightened degree of insecurity across the country and the obvious inability of the APC-led federal government to tackle these menace continue to be very troubling. Nigerians are in desperate need of relief from the daily incidents of kidnapping and mindless killings across the country by insurgents, herdsmen, bandits, and militia groups. The APC-led government must step up and be alive to its constitutional responsibility to protect lives and property in all parts of the country, or admit its lack of capacity and resign before the country collapses like a pack of badly managed cars on its hands. Enough of the excuses, ineffective actions, and buck passing. In closing, I wish to emphasize that our projects and development footprints are everywhere across the 23 local government areas of the state, and even beyond, testifying to the success of our administration in driving the state progress and the delivery of the dividends of democracy to our people. Take it or leave it, the truth is constant. There is no promise we made or promise we set out to achieve that we have not fulfilled or delivered. While the judgment is yours to make, we believe that we have lived up to our promise, made the desired difference, and brought about the transformational changes that the majority of our people had yearned for when you gave us your mandate and trust. The sheer number of audacious projects we have rolled out and executed in the last 2 years clearly confirms our abiding promise to continue to deliver more development projects for the benefit of our state, our people, and the nation until our last day in office. I wish to therefore assure you that there will be no let-up in our commitment and determination to deliver more projects to further consolidate the progress we have achieved in the days, weeks, and months ahead. Finally, let me thank you once again for your support, cooperation, understanding, and prayer as we continue to work together to build the river state of our dreams and bequeath a legacy of peace, progress, and prosperity to us and also to the future generation. On this note, it is my wish to invite the father of the day, the former governor of the state, Sir Dr. Peter Otley, and the chairman of today's occasion, to be supported by the deputy governor, the speaker, and the chief judge, to the glory of God, to present and unveil the 6 years progress report of our administration to you and return the glory to God Almighty for His grace and enablement. Thank you, and may God bless our dear university.
Your Excellency, Your Excellency, the best governor in Nigeria, and the best governor Rivers State has produced. I have been there, and I can say without any equivocation or contradiction that I stand here with the joy of the answered prayers of a father who has prayed for his son to do better than he has done. Governor, you are the best. Our prayer for you today, that the Almighty God, who made you our governor, who has been with you, who has blessed your efforts, will continue to see you to the end of your tenure as governor, and bless your future after that. It is on that note that I will invite all of us here to jointly unveil this package. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
We hereby invite all dignitaries in the front row to please step up.
Please, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we will kindly invite all our dignitaries at the front row to come forward and take a photograph.
judiciary. Please, can we have you come up?
Judges of the River State Judiciary, step forward kindly.
Go back to their seats. Thank you very much. Please, can we have everyone go back to their seats? Can we have everyone go back to their seats, please? Go back to go back to your seats. Please, distinguished persons, can you go back to your seats? The protocol team will hand this over to you in an orderly form. Please, thank you very much for your cooperation. Back to your seats. Go back to your seats.
This is Channels Television. You're watching us from Port Harcourt, the River State capital. That's where we're broadcasting from, as Governor Nyesom Wike is making a presentation of his 6th year in office. He calls it the account of stewardship of his leadership as governor of River State from 2015 to 2021. At the moment, some of the special guests and the dignitaries are stepping up to the stage to receive a copy of the 536-page document that curates his achievement over the past 6 years. The former governor of River State is also present at this event, Sir Dr. Peter Odili, who did the unveiling of the book, of the document rather, in the presence of the Deputy Governor, Ipalibo Haribanigo, as well as other guests, including the former MBA chairman, the MBA president, OCJ Okocha, as well as many other dignitaries that are present here today in Port Harcourt. It's taking place at the Obiwali Cultural Center, Obiwali Conference Center, I beg your pardon. That's where it's taking place in the capital, Port Harcourt, where Governor Wike is giving account of everything he's been able to achieve in the last 6 years. And from his comment, he talked about the fact that he's ready to do more, and he mentioned that his project cuts across different sectors. And I guess that we may have to listen in again to just follow proceedings, because we hear there's going to be a question and answer session. So we'll have to go back to the hall to listen in for the program.
After them, we'll be having traditional rulers. Sensational Bamidele and the sensational ensemble, they are on the bandstand. All right, at this time we will require
At this point, would like to invite distinguished senators and members of the National Assembly here present. May we now invite distinguished senators and members of the National Assembly here present. May we have traditional rulers here present, led by the Chairman, River State Council of Traditional Rulers.
Reaching you live from the Obiwali Cultural Center in Port Harcourt, River State, where Governor Nyesom Ezenwa Wike, the governor of the state, is giving account of stewardship over the past 6 years that he's led the state as governor of the state. And we must also add the fact that this is part of the series of projects inauguration and commissioning that started way back in 2020. I can remember vividly on December 21st, the governor commissioned the LLN1 Emeya General Diria Street in New Jersey, and that event was attended by the governor of Adamawa, Umaru Fintri, who did the commissioning of that street. We also had the next day was December 22nd, 2020, where the commissioning of Tombia Street took place, still in New Jersey, Port Harcourt. The honors was done by Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State. And the next day, 23rd, was the commissioning of Woji Obajiro, still in New Jersey, by the executive governor of Oyo State, Sheyi Makinde. 24th was the turn of the governor of Abia State, Okezekwe Azu, who commissioned the reconstructed Aka Base Road in River State. There are a couple of other projects that the government of River State has flagged off. And for instance, on the 4th of January 2021, it commissioned the 10.3-kilometer road linking the agrarian communities of Sime, Nonwa, and Kira, entire local government area in the Ogoni ethnic nationality. That was done by the Bauchi State Governor, Bala Mohammed. On the 5th was the commissioning of the 16-kilometer Sakpenwa Bori Road by the Enugu State Governor, Ifeanyi Ogwuanyi. And the next day was the 11.5-kilometer road commissioning by Senator Alain Dume, Chairman, Senate Committee on the Army. We could go on and on. We've been part of the journey from December 21st, just before the Christmas break, and it resumed in January for a series of projects, commissioning and flag off. And some of these projects by the River State Governor, he considers them as landmark projects. One of the projects he was quite excited about, and he mentioned, was the Opobo Nkoro Link Road. The Opobo Kingdom has been there for 150 years, and for the first time they were able to drive by road to their community or to the kingdom. And the Amayanabo of Opobo, J.K. V, was quite grateful for that particular project. And the River State Governor also mentioned the fact that it was not his original concept, but the concept of the former Governor Peter Odili, who kicked off, but he was delighted to be the one to complete the project. So this is Governor Wike's second tenure, his second anniversary for his second tenure. So if you put it together, it's about 6 years of his leadership as governor of the state. So a 536-page document has been presented as a proof of what he's done with the commonwealth of the people in health, education, infrastructure, security, agriculture, and the rest of them.
PSSRS, Speaker, River State House of Assembly.
Your Excellency, our leader, the one who is making history and historians are waiting to write history. Nyesom Ezenwa Wike, CON, GSSRS, Power of Sports Africa, Governor of River State. The former governor, our father, who is seated here, the one who charted the path to make us have the new Rivers vision. At the risk of sounding God, it couldn't have been possible if he was not there and if he does not serve as a father. Our father, I welcome you. The chairman of today's event, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, when I was called, I was told to come and speak. For me, as one who is an apostle of Nyesom Wike's philosophy, I do not know where to start and where to stop. But to say this, if we look at on theory of stewardship, when an asset of the state or an organization is placed in the hand of a steward, it is believed that that steward will act in the corporate interest of that organization for the organization to make progress, rather than acting selfishly. In this regard, therefore, as a legislator who has served under 3 governors in this state, I must say, and I must confess, that Governor Nyesom Wike, as a steward of the people, has acted wisely and in the corporate interest of Rivers State. You know, there was a point when Christ in his mission, when someone asked Christ to just say the word, not necessarily making him to come to him, Christ said, I have not found such faith. Never has he found such faith. I can say, as the presiding officer of Rivers State House of Assembly, that I have not seen a man with such courage. I have not seen a man with such quality. I have not seen a man that is so dedicated with passion to develop his people, to develop the state. For Nyesom Wike, the sleepless nights that he has been passing through is why we can sit down here and celebrate Rivers State. Your Excellency, on behalf of Rivers State House of Assembly, I thank you. On behalf of the people who elected us in the various state constituencies, the 32 state constituencies, I thank you. Because if not you, today the freedom we are enjoying couldn't have been there. My dear Rivers people, I stand here to say legislation is not about confusion. It's not about war. It's not about battle. Legislation is about cooperation with the executive arm of government. And that is exactly what the 9th Assembly is doing. It was exactly what the 8th Assembly did. And we will continue to make such sacrifice that will make Rivers State the envy of others in the Committee of States in Nigeria. On this note, let me once again thank the man, the political prophet. Whatever he says, if you don't take it tomorrow, you will know that he has said something. I join others on behalf of Rivers State House of Assembly to make these few remarks and say, may God bless us all. Thank you, and God bless us.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to make a brief remark on behalf of the Rivers State Judiciary, may I invite His Lordship, Honorable Justice Simeon Chibuzo Amadi, Chief Judge of Rivers State.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Your Excellency, Dr. Peter Odile, the former Governor of Rivers State, all other protocol duly observed. On behalf of the Rivers State Judiciary, I stand here to congratulate Your Excellency and members of the Rivers State Executive Council for a very good job being done. I thank you for finding the time to render account of your stewardship to the people of Rivers State. In the judiciary, we listen to cases, deliver a judgment based on the facts given in evidence. If it is a criminal case, if the prosecution proves its case beyond reasonable doubt, we convict. If the prosecution fails, we discharge and acquit. If it is civil matter, we evaluate the evidence and make a finding of facts where the evidence preponderates, balance of probabilities.
If the claimant proves his case, we enter judgment for the claimant. If the claimant fails, we dismiss his case. I have listened carefully to the oral evidence you adduced before Rivers people today and the documentary evidence, and I cannot behold that you prove your case. And you are entitled to the judgment of Rivers State Judiciary. Having said that, I know that you still have more years to go. It is my prayer that the vigor with which you pursued the objectives and your campaign promises in the past 6 years, you will also do that for the remaining 2 years. And I assure you, the Rivers State people will be happier for it. Thank you all, and God bless.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to invite Honorable Barrister O.K. Chinda, Member, House of Representatives, on behalf of the National Assembly. Please, a round of applause for him.
Your Excellency, our Governor, the Father of the Day, and the Chairman of this very special occasion, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of those of us that you have sent out as ambassadors outside the state, we want to say that what is happening in Rivers State is making us walk shoulder high. We're very proud to be Rivers' sons and daughters in Abuja. And our pride stems from the fact that we can always say, go back to Rivers State and learn how to govern. Your Excellency and our leaders in Rivers State, all the arms of government in Rivers State, we thank you, we appreciate you. We want to say one thing. You can only tell a blind man that there is no oil in his food. You can't tell him that there is no salt or pepper in his food. And so those who say nothing is happening here, it's like telling a blind man that there is no salt in his food. It's futile. On that note, I will also borrow a leave from the Chief Judge of the state to say that as the democratic arm of government, we do things by majority. We will leave the judgment to Rivers people here. So, those who say that the present government, under the leadership of His Excellency Ezebunwanyesom Wike, has done well, say aye. Aye. Those who say that the present administration has not done well, say nay. Obviously, they are not here. That is the judgment of Rivers people. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've finally come to the end of this occasion. May we now rise for the National Anthem.